Hi, I'm Kari with Connection Centered Parenting. I am so excited that you're here with me today. Today, I want to spend some time thinking about how we can manage sibling conflict during summer break. For many families, this is really overwhelming. You see, the kids are home, the days are long, and suddenly it feels like your house is a battlefield. Summer break is a prime time for sibling conflict to surface. Today, I want us to dive into how we can manage these blowups without losing your sanity or your voice. First, let's think about why do siblings create conflict in the summer? You see, more time together means more opportunity for conflict and difficulty. Without the structure of school, the small irritations that build up during the day really explode. Understanding that this is part of family dynamics and it's not a sign that you're failing as a parent can really help you respond with patience. So let's talk about some really specific strategies. First, calming the chaos. Set up a plan to manage your conflict. At the beginning of the summer, sit down with your family and create a plan for resolving conflicts. Discuss in a calm moment where the cool down spaces are, what your family rules are about things like name calling and taking each other's things, and talk about how they can ask for help if they can't resolve things on their own. Next, it's important to teach problem solving skills. And though you feel like you've done this before, the beginning of summer break is a good time for families to redo these teaching and skill learning opportunities. Encourage them to use things like I feel statements instead of the accusations and finger pointing. For example, I feel upset when you take my things without asking, or I get angry when you walk into my room without knocking. Right? Those kinds of things allow teens to feel like they can communicate what they're experiencing while staying focused on their own experience rather than accusing or finger pointing. It's important as a parent to intervene strategically. Step in only when absolutely necessary. Most of the time, your kids can solve these problems on their own. Allow them the chance to figure it out on their own before you get involved. And finally, model conflict resolution. Help them see what it looks like. When you and your parenting partner have disagreements, model respectful communications and conversation, circling back to check in again. Kids learn a lot from what they observe. Here are a few things I want you to think about trying to avoid this summer. First, avoid choosing sides. This often reinforces rivalry and creates sibling conflict even more. Stay neutral whenever you can. Avoid over intervening. Constantly stepping in to prevent them also prevents them from learning to work it out themselves. It is important to avoid ignoring big issues. Some conflicts do need mediation. If it's ongoing or it becomes aggressive or hurtful, step in and work through it together. So here's what I want you to think about. As a parent, I want you to reflect on how I typically respond to sibling conflicts. What do I do? Am I modeling conflict resolution skills that I want them to use? Do I step in too quickly or do I let them work it out? Sibling conflict doesn't have to ruin your summer. With clear expectations and the right strategies, you can turn these arguments into opportunities for growth and learning and successful connection. I'm so glad you've been with me today. I hope this has been helpful. I love hearing from my listeners, so please reach out with comments and ideas, successes and challenges. You can get more tips and ideas at my website, connectioncenteredparenting.com.